Good morning, everyone. Kathy back with Big Barn Blooms. Let's do another spring design. Let me get a little water going today. So this one was a little late notice. I said it yesterday at 10:30 and then I went, oh, I forgot to put the, reminder on there this morning. So sorry about that. So hopefully you catch this. If not live, I will always post it for replay. So look what we're doing today. Look at this little bunny in this little fountain. It's not a fountain, it's just a little faucet container. But these are cute. These have been around a few minutes, I know. But like I said, I'm cleaning out a lot of product that I had from COVID when we couldn't do workshops and whatever. And so I'm bringing back some old stuff, but it's new to me. So we're going to make this little guy today. Pretty excited about that. We're getting all the bunnies pushed out. So let's see how. Let me get this working. Here we go. So again, when you come on, say hi and tell me where you're watching from today. Here we go. Okay, so I went ahead and put my foam in and put my bunny in so you wouldn't have to see me fiddle with that alien tape again. But he is all secure. Look at this. This is how strong that is. This is a heavy bunny. He is like a ceramic, like a resin, but he's chunky and he's heavy. And with the foam, and look at that. I can pick this metal container up, which is pretty sturdy too. So think about getting that nano or alien tape. It works really well. So he's all in there ready to go. I put two pieces or two little blocks of foam in here. And I don't know if you can see in the camera, but see how I offset them? I didn't stack them evenly, like right on top of each other. I shifted the top one so that when you go down low, they're like this. So low, I have little pieces of foam that jet out to the side and then on top. If I nested them together, it'd just be straight down. So we need to get some stems down low, so we don't need just a straight side all the way to the bottom of the container. So there's a little tip and trick for you when you put your foam in deep containers. Okay, make sure you take them and you kind of like separate them like this and stagger them so that low in your container you actually have surface to put stems into. So he's ready to go. This is going to be very simple, very airy like we've done before, but not a lot of big blooms. But these are the colors I'm looking at. Aren't those sweet? We're going to use some lamb's ear today. I'm excited about that. But just very, very simple. So we're going to start with some basic greens like this. And we're going to cut these down. Find my wire cutters here. And we'll get going on this. Got glue all over my screen today. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, so let's cut this down. Take the tag off. This is another spring stem from Michael's. I should just be doing a Michael's commercial, I tell you. But let's get this going. So we don't need a lot of length off of these. This is not going to be super tall. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I want some drama to it. I don't want to keep this really tight. I want to bring it out a little bit. So I think these are going to be the stem to do that with. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll accent it with the lamb's ear. And that'll pretty much be my greenery. Only two kinds of greenery today, breaking my rule. But there are leaves on the little tiny flowers I'm putting them in. So that'll bring in a third. This is a small container, so it'd be kind of hard to put three in there. So we're going to use the greenery that comes on the flower stems as our third. Okay? All right, I see some people coming up. Martha, hi! Glad you made it today. And Rita, too. My kids, my son's calling. Okay, so we got Martha. Isn't it cute, Martha? I'm going to love this one. This will be one hard to part with, but I really like it. Okay, so I like the texture of this stem and everything, but you can't push these up. So I thought, well, this will be okay because I want to drape it out a little bit. So let's start by doing that. Move my water up a little bit. Let's put my tools up here, kind of organized for the day. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring these out to the side this way. I have these little metal scalloped edges that I've got to get over too, but we're just going to, again, half moon bend, nothing too sharp, just get it bending over a little bit like that. And we're going to push that right in. And I'm going to use my needle nose so I don't cut my finger on that pick. But right like that, and then we can bend it a little bit more. Make it a little bit tighter, but I still want to keep that gradual bend and nothing too sharp. So there's the start. Do the same thing on the other side. So let's see if this is, yeah. So we're going to bend this one too, right like this. And let's bring that in right here. Use my tool to push it in. Now these are pretty good stems. These you don't need to put picks on them. I'm doing it just so it's just that much more secure. But you could easily put glue on these when you cut them down and then incorporate them into your arrangement. So don't worry about having this fancy little machine here. It does help though. I mean, if you wanted to invest, you would love it. Okay, so there's the first two. Cute, right? You got the vibe that we're going to go with here. So we're going to make it big and drapey. So let me keep doing that. I'm going to go a little bit shorter in the back. So I kind of just broke this stem down and made it shorter. But I'm still going to go ahead and give it a little bend. Little bend. So we're going to do 2 of these in the back. So there we've got one. And then let's get a second one going. I'm going to do the same thing. Cut it a little bit shorter, bring a piece up so that I'm not going the full length. The full length is on the side. That's the longest. And then when we get to the front and the back, a little shorter. So what I'm doing on here, when I do these, I don't want to have to go 1, 2, 3. Again, you guys, if you go at an angle, you can cover that whole back edge as long as these are in sideways versus straight onto this foam. So let's do that. Let me get it in here and I'll show you. And we don't need this to be super solid with grains. We're going to cover it without being too dense, you know. See how that looks? And it's covered. We are done in the back. This is the most simple arrangement to make. It doesn't take a lot of materials. Easy, but it looks like it's a wow factor, especially with the bunny. So we have 2 more of these. So let's get the front going the same way. So I'm going to cut these down a little bit like this. And of course we're going to put that little curve. Trust me, it's easier to curve them before you put them in. Because if you start trying to bend, I got to push that little grain back on. If you start trying to bend this stem once it's in the foam, you'll loosen the hole you put it in. You know, it'll rock it and move it, and your hole will become bigger and your stem will not be as secure. So try to give a little bit of bend before you put it in. If you have to do a little bit afterwards, that's fine, but don't make a habit of it. Try to do it before. Okay, so there's one. See how 2 little picks is filling this entire container with greenery. It's just spreading them out right. So we're going to go ahead and cut this down again. And when you cut them down like this and make them shorter, you make them fuller. So that one pick turned into 2. It had the long one and then the short one. So the short one is a little more dense. I doubled up the greenery. So that's a way to save. Because if you looked at this container, you'd say, I think she used about 4 stems or a full bush of greenery. You don't need it. So let's put this guy in here. And you'll see that that's all you need. Got to get to that foam. Technical difficulties, there we go. And then I'm going to bend it a little bit more to come over the top. Just a tad. Right like that. So there you go. So we have our greens in now. We're going to accent it with some of that lamb's ear that's in the pretty soft dusty gray, which will be nice. But look at that. For 2 stems of greenery, 2 stems, we have this whole container ready to go. Now we just have to put in our accents. So if you own a floral shop, a boutique or whatever, and you're watching, a lot of people will watch to get ideas. These are wonderful, wonderful fillers for the holidays. And I'm talking, this is a faucet, but if you just had a round container, don't look at the faucet part. Round container, you can buy little round containers all year long. Every season you can do this kind of arrangement. Just change whatever your novelty item is. Christmas, it can be a little Santa, a snowman, whatever. St. Patrick's Day, leprechaun. We have this guy in for Easter. Maybe 4th of July, you put a little Uncle Sam. So think about your different seasons and how you can incorporate this design. It's easy peasy, very quick, very, very easy to do, and doesn't take a lot of materials. But for fillers for your shop or your booth, if you're in some type of a co-op situation, this is quick. Or if you do fairs, craft fairs, festivals, whatever, this is a great design for your fill-in to Sam. So I'll get off that little soapbox now. But you're always looking for some. I used to do craft fairs all the time, and you've got to have the fill-in that doesn't take up a lot of time. So I could probably, do a dozen of these in a day, easily. Okay, next, we're going to go to the flowers. I'm going to plug these in absolutely last, and we're going to cut this way down. All these little pieces are going to come up individually, just to add that touch of the gray. So first I'm going to go with these guys. These are Hobby Lobby, these little blooms. Aren't they cute? Very soft. These come in this soft pink color. They come in a deep burgundy. They are gorgeous. We're going to stay with the soft pink. These are going to add a little bit of height. We are going to cut these down. We don't need this much height, but we're going to put a little height in there. But look again, you guys. Okay, here's one. Here's two. Here's three. Here's four. 4 pieces. Again, take your stems when you're looking and bend them apart. Make sure you get more bang for your buck if you can take it down to 4 individual stems from one. So, and I put a bunch of them on the table. We're probably not going to need all these. So let me cut these down and we will put these in. And again, we've got these leaves because I like to use 3 kinds of greens when I'm doing my arrangement. This is a little bit more of an olive color. So we're going to keep these leaves. If they fell off, when I cut it, I'll just put a pick on them and bring them back together. So let's cut these down a little bit. They don't need to be very long, so that I'm going to keep those leaves with them. Let me cut this tag off. Right like that. Gotta get the prep done. And we'll start with one. We'll see if one does it for me. It might. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Hold on, let me hit the button. Nobody calls me unless I'm live. Okay, hopefully that did it. Okay, here we go. Let me put some picks on these. Get them going. This is going to be so cute, so easy. So there's 2. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I don't want it super big. I like it simple and low, not too big and wild. But I was able to put a leaf on each one, which is nice. So we now have 4. So I may have to use one more piece off of another one, just so it doesn't look strange with just 4. And again, you'll notice I did not put any foam or any moss down, not foam, because I can add my moss later just where it needs to be. So there is one. Look at how cute, it just brings it out with that little touch of pink. This is just a super, super simple little design. So we'll put one right next to the bunny here, which I think is super sweet. Look at that. It just starts coming to life and getting its personality. Easy, easy, easy. So I'm going to put a little bend on this one and have it kind of drape out the front a little bit. And again, I'm kind of picturing how things grow naturally versus having things too perfect. Just like it to drape. Just a little bit. And I'm going to do, grab the wrong thing. I'm going to do another bend on this one. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. And notice how one in the front here, this one's a little closer and higher to the bunny. This one drapes out. So I don't want them all perfect in a ring around this container. I want it to look a little more natural. That's how you do that. Just stagger them, you guys. But I think I would like one more in the back. So I'm going to take one off of another one. And I go through my buckets and I start organizing, and I find all these partial stems where I've stolen one off, you know. So I need to organize a bucket just for the ones I've stolen from. So because I go to pack out and do a design, I'm like, oh, there's not enough flowers on that. So I need to be aware of that and try to make sure they're separated. Okay, let's get this guy in. Gotta find the foam. I get the greenery on and then it's hard to see. So this is just going to come off the back a little bit. Just a little bit. But we're going to keep them close because I want something in the back. So right there we got a little pop of pink because we want the back to look good too, you guys. But so far, what do you think so far? I mean, we could stop right there, right? Look how easy that was. Just, what are we into this? 16 minutes so far? And part of that was me getting set up. You guys, this is the way to go. Of course, you got to add another 5 minutes or so to put your foam and your bunny in. But very, very easy. Okay, let's see. Trav Annie, this is called a floral stemming machine. One brand, this is very old, it's B&K. I don't even know if they make this because this is probably 40 years old. But they, Steel Picks is one. And like I said, I have actually been working on my Amazon store. They do sell them on Amazon. I will have one in the store when my storefront goes up. But for now, just go to Amazon, the easiest way to probably get one, and type in floral stemming machine. And it's used for silk flowers. You can't use it for fresh, it would crush them. But you get that steel pick on there, and let me pull one out and show you for those of you that are new to my page. These little picks are amazing. So here's what they look like. And the machine clamps these little arms around the stem. And then do you see those little teeth? So when you put this on the stem and you push it into foam, it has a hard time backing out because these little teeth here prevent it from backing out. So it's really, really a lifesaver if you do silks. And especially if you do anything like I've done weddings where I'll do artificial on the arches, etc. And if you have anything that's hanging upside down, it really prevents it from falling out. These are great. And it's a one-time investment. Like I said, they last. This one is probably 40 years old. And they range, sometimes you can find them as inexpensive as like under 150, sometimes they're over 200. It just depends on who you get it from. So anyway, just look around. You can also just Google floral stemming machine, and you can just see everybody that sells it and find the cheapest deal. So it's such a great tool for anyone that does artificial florals. Yes, Kathy was saying you can find them used on eBay, etc. But I will warn you, I tried that once because I want to get a bunch for my in-house workshops. Sometimes they sell them, and sometimes they are messed up. So there's little screws on here, there's tension to keep the picks just right, so when you use that arm it advances it. Be careful on the used ones. Sometimes you can get some that the tension is off and people mess with it and you can never get it right again. I've had some where I toss them. I'm like, that was not worth my money. It doesn't mean you're not going to find a good one used, but I just think if you can afford it, buy new. You could try and hope, and if not, hope that they return it, because I did get burned on one of those one time, so picking my glue off my mat. Anyway, so stemming machine, floral stemming machine, it's my best friend. So, okay, so next, let's add a couple pieces of this. Isn't this pretty? Love this. And this was Hobby Lobby. This is in their normal everyday stems. So I'm going to pull this off. And what's nice about this, I may only use one piece of it. It again can be broken down into little tiny pieces. You see this? Four little pieces. Because I just want to incorporate some little pieces of this like it's growing in this little pot. So that's what we're going to do. And most of these I may just glue in because they're so short. There's no way I'm going to get them down to that. Well, maybe one piece I can get down to the foam. But I just want them recessed. Everything is kind of coming out. This is going to be in closer. And it's going to also help cover my foam. Just another added interest, another texture, a little bit deeper color. It's not such a pale pink, but it sure has a nice look. It's kind of like when I've done the other designs this week, I used some berries. This is kind of a similar look. So we're gonna push some of these in here, right by the bunny, and then I'll turn it around. So they're just gonna be, and actually, I am able to use the pick, which is even better. If I can use my steel picks versus gluing, I'll do it because I know it's forever. They're not coming out. So look at how quick and look at the difference that little bit makes in this arrangement. Just adds a little more interest. Love it, love it, love it. And I have one more I'll put toward the back. And then we will add our little lamb's ear, like this. Okay, so I put one right back here, right behind him. I'm not going to put one over there. I don't want to be too even. I want this to look natural. So this is what we have so far. It's looking pretty cute, pretty easy. So I'm going to put these aside, and let's break this guy down. So this has a lot of little pieces on it. See how we can break it into little sections of leaves? They jet off the side of this. I love that. Look at this. So, and there's some little ones, which I love. These little buds will look perfect in the front. We'll put the bigger ones toward the side. It'll be perfect. And we're just going to cut them down. Let's start with that. Still have a few left. That'll go in my new partial stem bucket. Okay, so I'm going to start with these little guys in front here. And we're just going to set these in. Let's see if I can put a pick on them. Come on, you can do it. Okay, so I want one right up in front here. So I'm just pulling the other stems apart so I can get down to that foam and push it in. I love that color with this. Look at that. Just that dusty gray, blue, green. Just so pretty. And a different texture. So it adds some good interest to this arrangement. Let's put one right up here. So we're just going to cluster them here and there. There's another little piece. It just adds interest. I really like them. Doing well with them. Let's get this picked. This is going to kind of push the leaves together a little bit, but that's okay. So we just put one little pick on them. And then I'm going to bring one up right here. Well, let's go on this side. Right kind of behind the bunny, but going straight up. So it looks like he's in that little meadow, sitting in a little flower patch. So there's one right here. Very nice. So when you do a novelty arrangements, it doesn't mean you need to buy a whole ton of stems. Like this, I only needed one and I used part of it. Just pick little pieces to add interest to it. You don't have to go crazy with it. You don't have to broadcast it evenly everywhere. Just add little touches. Again, think about nature and how things grow. You don't have to have it everywhere, evenly placed. You just have to get it down to the foam. All right, this one's giving me heck, but I got it. A little piece there, and we'll put one piece in the back. All right, where do we want this guy to go? I think this guy's going to go right here. And it's kind of sideways, which I really like. So there's our little piece in the back, right behind the bunny. So now as you see, I'm looking around here. You guys, I see no foam at all. So no moss is required unless I wanted to stick a little bit in here and there. And let's go ahead and do that, just like I did with that wreath yesterday. Let's add a little bit of moss so it really looks like he's sitting in a meadow. So I've got my moss here. Let me grab a couple pieces. Because I just think it would be a good look. Remember, I burnt my finger bad yesterday. Use your tools. Use your needle nose to hold it while you broadcast some glue on it. Then you can use that to push it right in. I'm going to put some right here on top. This will really make it look interesting. When you take these little novelty arrangements, you add a little moss, it brightens it up, and you're like, wow, that does look like a real little scene. You know, that you're kind of peeking into nature. So I'm going to put some right here. So I just lift up a couple leaves and stick some in here and there. Super good look. Check comments while I'm doing this. Yes, they do sell the metal picks, and usually when you put the machine, it'll show you may also need this, and we'll sell them in a combo, but it's just stemming machine picks. They're metal picks. So you can also Google that, and I'll see if I can find a link and put it in here for you guys, but it's super easy. And they come in a box like this. I use 2 1/8. This is what the box looks like. And I don't have a price. I can't remember because I stocked up on these probably a year ago. Hobby Lobby. Oh, and Hobby Lobby does sell these, and they sell the box of picks. I just can't remember off the top of my head how much they were, but that machine, priceless, priceless. This summer we're going to do some traveling, but I don't want to stop doing tutorials, so I'm going to pack a bin of some projects, and wherever we end up, I'm going to end up doing some tutorials in front of our RV. Probably end up at the beach, wherever, so you'll get the beach in the background. But this is coming with me. I'm taking that and my glue gun on the road. Okay, let's put another piece in front here. Would be cute. I think you guys are going to like this moss. Keeping it a secret right now. I'm not turning him around. I'm going to wait till I get a bunch of it done so you can really see it. I'm gluing it right to the leaves. Really easy. And let's put a little piece cascading down the little container, just a bit, like it's growing out of container. Another good look. We're making a little scene here, so let's really make it look cute. And this will stick to the metal with this. So just a little piece. So what do you think? We put a little piece there, and you can see the little pieces throughout the front. And now let me do a little in the back, because we want our back to look good too. Put a few more pieces. I love this reindeer moss. Oh my gosh. It is so much fun to play with. It's like, just adds so much interest to your designs. And yeah, and I think I was talking, like, I see a little bit of foam here to cover, like bows. I like bows. I don't dislike bows, but I would rather do something like this. I could have moved this bunny over and put a big bow coming out, but I'd rather do this little scene and make it look a little more interesting than just a big bow. And like I said, sometimes bows for me get dated, you know, the ribbon's out of style or whatever, and I'd rather do something like this and just have it be timeless. Okay, I'll get this guy in here. Definitely use your needle nose for this. Do not want to burn yourself. piece right there. And I actually have some coming up the back of the bunny a little bit. It's kind of cute. Use your tools, Kathy. Don't do what you did yesterday. Okay, one piece right here. So you just have it kind of coming in and out of the arrangement sporadically, and it just looks nice. Okay, one more piece on this side of this greenery. Like that. Okay, let's put that back in. This moss is messy though, I will warn you. It's like you're gardening on your work table or something. So let me get this picked up. All the crumbs. There's even little pieces of forest branches and dirt and everything with it. So it is a natural product. So here it is. You guys, that's it. Done. 30 minutes. A lot of it was me yapping and whatnot, but 30 minutes to create this little guy. Look at him. So if you go all around, you can see I broadcasted that moss. Makes it look more fresh and real. You can use whatever green you like on this. This is just what I used. What I thought of using, which I thought might have been pretty cute too, is some of this fern. This would make a pretty one. I have a double one of these I'm going to make up, so maybe I'll try some fern in that one. But you could actually use little pieces. What do you think? Do you guys want me to put a couple pieces of this in here? Tell me what to do, just like the other day. Put some more fern in or leave it as is. What do you guys think? Comment, tell me what to do. Are we done? Do we have enough or do we want to add some more? Oh, Traviani, $2.85. Is that on Amazon? Because I bet we could find it cheaper. Yes, Debbie, you have a tall one. Is yours a single faucet or a double faucet? I think I remember you had one of those. Let's see. Yes. Martha says yes. Tamanika likes it as is. Oh, that was Hobby Lobby. Yeah, try Amazon. And Amazon might have several sellers, so it might be cheaper. But wow, that is high. Things have gone up at Hobby Lobby. I mean, I used to love it when you could use your coupon, and a few years ago when they had those 40% off coupons, I would tell people, go buy it there, use the coupon. But not anymore. You have a single one. Yeah, that would be super simple to update, Debbie. We need to get together and do our cages too, so maybe we'll plan a day and do the faucets and the cages. So, okay. So, we have a couple yeses. One, leave it as it is. So right now the yeses are outdoing the leave it as it is. Rita's catching bits and pieces of this because she's at work. Kathy, are you still on? Do you want to have a say in it? Let's see, Martha says yes. Debbie, what do you think? Do we add some of this? You want to see it with this in it? Or leave it as is? Right now, yes is winning. So we're getting there. So let's see. Debbie says like it as is. Like it as is. Like it as is. 2, 3. We have a tie. Who's going to break the tie, you guys? We have 2 yeses, 2 leave as it is. So I did this last time when it was kind of a tie and we couldn't decide. I'm going to break this down and just place them in, and then you guys can say, I like it, or take them out. That's horrible. You've gone over the top again. So let's do that. Because sometimes I like to see, and I do have more of these to do up. I have some tiny little white ones to do up. They're super cute. I'll have to do some of those later today. But let's go ahead and, like before, these little bunches of fern that you can get at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, etc. I'm just going to rip it apart because they're bound together with floral tape. So I can get down to individual stems and they'll go further. So it just pulls them out right like that. See, and then we have all these individuals to use. Because we wouldn't want a big heavy piece like this in here. We would just want a touch of it. So let's do that. And I'm just going to place them in. And then you guys can tell me what you think. So let's cut these off. It's kind of weird to be ripping apart stems, but it's what we do. Break it down. That is my motto. Save some money. You don't need to buy more. Just break down what you have. Sometimes less is more too. You don't want to use a ton of an item in your arrangement. You just want a little peek of it coming out. So let's try this little one first. So we'll just broadcast a couple. Let me turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll see if we like it. Might be too much. Gotta get it in between the moss and everything. It's kind of hard to find some places now. I pretty much filled it pretty good, so. But we'll find some. And then I'm trying to bend it down a little bit so you can get the vibe of it. I'm cutting some down really small to put right around the bunny. I love it when you guys tell me what to do. Yays and nays, and then we figure it out. It is always nice when you're designing to have someone else's perspective, you know. It's kind of like when you go try on clothes. You're like, does this look good on me? You take your girlfriend, does this look good? Does this make me look fat? It's like, does this fur make this arrangement look fat, you guys? I'm just being silly now. That's what I do. Okay, so let me put one more piece in front, because I turn this around, you're going to see it. And then we can always add to the back. One more piece. I'm also searching it for the colors, because some pieces are a lime green and some are a little darker. So I'm trying to broadcast the colors too. Okay, so don't look at that. Wait a second, one more piece in the back. If I do this, I gotta do it right. So we need a piece back behind the bunny now, just so it makes sense. Okay, this is with the fern. What do you guys think? Fern yes or fern no? Everybody comment. And this I left out, no fern, so this is kind of what it looked like before. And this is what it looks like with the fern. What do you think? Should we add it or should I just take it all back out? Let me see who's commenting. Oh, it's not coming up on Amazon? All right, let me, I will search and see what I can find. Rita likes the fern. Hi, Rita. I know you were in and out, so I didn't know if you heard my polling question. But thanks. So she likes the fern. Trav Annie, do you like the fern? Oh, and Trav Annie, is it Trav or Annie or Trav Annie? Debbie, do you like the fern? Debbie, are you still with us? Tamanika, are you with me? Do you like the fern or take the fern out? What do you guys think? So far one. She loves it. Okay, do I call you Trav Annie? Is that okay? It's always funny. I get followers that have followed me for years, and then suddenly they'll message me and go, you know that's not my name, right? I'm like, okay, well that's all I see. So Martha thinks it softens it. I agree. And Annie, okay, Annie, that's good. I can call you Annie. And let's see, Debbie says yes. And Rita likes it. I think Rita broke the tie. I think so too. So, but what do you think now that you see it in, Tamanika? Because I know at first you didn't like it. Do you like it now? I do kind of like how airy it makes it, and I like the movement of it. I mean, it's not going to move. It's going to be sitting on the table, but it is kind of light and fluffy. So I do kind of like it. So I will glue that in, and I'm going to add some to the back, and I think I have enough, this is kind of a good thing to add, because if you look at this, one piece of that fern broke down, did the whole container. So another illustration that I want to make is that You don't have to buy a bunch and put whole big picks in. You can break those picks down and you'll have enough to broadcast throughout your arrangement. Save yourself some money. It's amazing what you can get when you break it down. And your design will actually, I think, look more elegant, not too bulky, because you're not, you know, cramming a bunch of stuff in it, as I say. Sometimes less is more. And this is a pretty dense arrangement. It actually is, but it looks fine. So there's some little pieces we're going to use here. Let me cut this down, because the little pieces, we don't want to waste them. So I'm doing the back right now, then I'll turn around and finish the front. Get these all glued in. See, another little piece with two pieces coming off of it. We're going to use it. We're just going to trim off the stem so you don't see it. And then we can put that right on in. I try not to waste anything. Flowers are expensive, unfortunately. I had to pick an expensive craft, you know? Anyone think that? I'm like, man, I wish I did Cricut and made signs or painted, because I think it's less expensive. Maybe it's not, but in my mind it is. And it's hard sometimes to get your customers to understand the value of what you do, because things are expensive. But I enjoy this. I don't know if I could do the other kind of crafts. I might get bored. Flowers are always changing. It seems like there's always new designs, new product, so I like it. Do one over here. Okay, so I just did a little bit in the back, so it doesn't come out as far, because I don't want to get into another one. I wanted a touch of it because you need to bring it around the back too, but I don't want to get into another stem of this. But there was enough scraps to just add the touch and keep it low and close. So let's get this guy in. So now I'm just adding a little glue, because they're quite delicate to put a stem on, and I'm not going to push them all the way into the foam. You know, not that far down. I want them to kind of hang out here, so glue will be fine. I'm really gluing them up though. Really gluing them up. Do not be stingy with your glue when you're gluing little things in like this. You don't want them falling out later, so. And then again, my only tip for gluing items like this in, once you put it in, wiggle it around, make sure that it's coming into contact with the items around it, whether it be leaves or flower or whatever. You want to make sure that that glue makes contact. Otherwise the glue will dry, and then that piece will just fall out. And I did that in the beginning when I started doing this. I'm like, oh, I was transporting a wreath and something fell right out. And it was full of glue, but the glue did not make contact with anything else in the wreath. And yeah, that was not good. Or I have a customer come back and say, this fell out. I'm like, I'm so sorry, let me fix it. My bad. Is this in? No. Then I have to see what made it in and what did not. Okay. Get that guy in there. Perfect. So I think we got them all. Good call. I think it does make it look light and airy. Annie, you got to try it. I mean, I can teach you everything. I have a lot of videos on my page. If you just hit videos on my Facebook, and I'm starting my YouTube channel. So, and I used to charge for membership and all that, but I'm recovering from long COVID, so I'm not up to doing the membership, because it gets pretty involved with membership. Like Rita, I think Rita was a member. A couple of people that watch my lives were members, but I come up with a product list, like an ingredient list, and you know, we do the lives, and then we do the tutorials. You get actual videos per month. It is a lot of work. So now I just pop on here, and sometimes you won't see me because I'm not having a good day breathing wise. But for now, I mean, I'm on a roll this week. This is the longest I've ever gone live in a row, which is really good. So I'm doing a lot better. Ooh, glue strings. with strings. But thanks for watching. I'm glad that you're on here. Gives it the extra touch. I agree, Debbie. Look at this. I'm going to bring it over so you guys can see that close. It's hard for me to tell what you guys can see from far away. So look at that guy. Isn't he cute? Look at that little bunny. We have a little bit of the moss here and there. I think the fern, minus the glue, adds a really nice airy touch. I agree. There is a lot of glue on this guy. So don't mind the glue, but let me go all the way around so you can see him. You can see the little bits of moss. Oh yeah, a little more glue. I gotta buy some more glue sticks. These glue sticks I thought were a good deal, but I see now that they were not. Sometimes the cheaper glue is not good, you guys, when you buy it in bulk, because it strings really bad. So there you go, all the way around. So see, we've got the little moss, these little seed things, and a little bit of the lamb's ear just adds interest, and the bunny sitting in the middle. There you go. So I know we did a poll to figure out whether or not to add the fern, but if I had just continued and gone through this, this really is a 30 to 40 minute arrangement. So if you needed fillers for your shop, if you're a seller, here you go, you guys. And just think round pot. Ceramic baskets can go in any type of container. Metal, anything. Like this is metal. Doesn't mean it has to have the faucet. You don't see a lot of these anymore, but there's so many cute little containers that you could put this design in. So I hope you guys try it. If you do, post me a picture. I love seeing what you guys come up with. Annie likes it. Martha, it's so cute, isn't he? I love it. I love novelty arrangements. Like I said, this is my favorite thing to make. Yes, this would make such a great gift. It's not that big, right? Right? If you're going to Easter, someone's house, or even spring, maybe you're in a bunco group. You know, they have bunco gifts or whatever. So many things. You guys, here's another thing that these would make really great gifts. Someone in the hospital. A lot of hospitals will not let you bring in fresh flowers depending on what they're in there for. This is little. You can even make this smaller, and maybe tomorrow I'll do an even smaller one so you can see. I have a tiny little white one. It's probably half the size, but these would make excellent hospital gifts for people that can't have fresh flowers. And talk about brightening their day, or maybe someone in a convalescent home, or someone that just can't get out. Great little gifts, you guys. And I love fresh flowers. Of course, you know I love flowers, okay? But wouldn't it be nice to get a gift or give a gift that's not going to die and you have to throw it away? So, and I'm not knocking fresh flowers. I absolutely adore them. A very close friend of mine owns the florist in town. So, Charity, if you see this, she does beautiful work. But this is another alternative, especially for someone that can't have real flowers. So, anyway, I hope you guys like this. We'll see if I'll let you know if I'm going to be on tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope you guys have all your chocolates and goodies ready. And hopefully we'll get back on tomorrow and we'll see. Tamanika, you need to find a little mouse to do this. If you find that little mouse, let me know. I need that too. Anyway, I got more coming up, you guys. I'm excited. We're getting to our spring now. Do you remember how I teased that wheelbarrow? I held it up a couple of lives ago, earlier in the week, or late last week. That live is going to come up like on Friday. The big wheelbarrow. It's, well, Friday or Saturday. So you guys, if you didn't go out and grab your wheelbarrow from Hobby Lobby or find a smaller one, I'm doing the big wheelbarrow, and it is going to be a showstopper. That's going to be my biggest, probably Easter, spring arrangement I'm going to do on a live. I also have, other things. Oh my gosh. So lanterns. You know how lanterns are everywhere? And they do a lot of those wood ones that are open. They just have wood, right? And they're all open. There's no glass. I'm taking one of those and I'm going to make it into a spring arrangement where you can add a candle or you can add a novelty item like a bunny. And I will probably add a bunny to mine because I'm trying to get my bunnies out. So we're going to make one of those too, and that'll probably be this weekend. Let's see, what is today? Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, maybe we'll do the lantern on Friday, and then the wheelbarrow on Saturday. So plan on those, and we'll probably stick with 10:30 a.m., which works really good for me. So anyway, all right, guys, let's see. Any other questions or comments? And Annie, I'll try to find a link for one of these machines that's cheaper, okay? Because you would love this, but that's ridiculous. That's a lot of money. You have a big pumpkin one. Nice. And is that the lantern? The pumpkin one is a lantern, Annie? Because that would be beautiful with fall. Oh my goodness, that would be so cute. And I love that people are thinking outside of the season, because these designs are timeless. They can go from season to season. So, yes, yeah, try, oh man. Annie, I want to see that. I challenge you, once you watch this coming up this week when I do my lantern, I challenge you to do your pumpkin. I want to see what you come up with. And what's nice too, I mean, I know they have the fall flowers that come out in the fall. Well, actually they come out in the summer. But if you wanted to get ahead on it, which I do, I try to work ahead. Like you see, I've been doing Easter for a little bit now. There are really pretty flowers in Hobby Lobby every day that are fall colors. Just go through and pick some, you know, and they don't have to be orange. I kind of get tired of the orange, so you could use deep greens and deep purples and, you know. So anyway. Oh, Tonika, I can't wait to bring you guys more. I am ready. I'm rolling now. Home Goods, yes. Do you know this little guy came from Home Goods a few years ago? They had a lot of these little guys. Oh, and I've got, that's the other thing I'll probably do, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. This guy, if you didn't see the live a couple days ago, this came from Home Goods this week. I bought 2 of them. So these are going to be for my Easter porch, but I'm going to do florals around his neck. I don't know if I'm going to do a bow. I love this guy. I may do florals with succulents that trail down around his back. I'm thinking that'll be a good look, because everybody does the bow with a couple flowers, right? We've all seen that. I want to do something different, so I might keep it tight, but I'm thinking of something that comes around and drapes across his back. And I'm thinking some florals with some succulents will be cute. So, and then not only that, it'll be easy to store because it'll be, you know, tight to his body and not be sticking way out. So this is coming up. Maybe this will be tomorrow. I think maybe this should be tomorrow. So maybe I'll work on him today, because I do have 2, so I can kind of figure it out on one of them and then do the other one live. So, and if you are, if you're on my Instagram too, lately I've been posting, it's on Facebook. I got to get over to Instagram and do some. Sometimes I do different things on Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, jump over there too, because I've got to try to bounce back and forth between the 2, and TikTok also. But I'm finding a way, I've been on YouTube, finding a way to stream all of them at once, and there is software to do that, so as soon as I get that done, man, that'll make my job so much easier. I'll go out to all of them at once. I love that. Annie, you deleted your Instagram? Yeah, I'm on Facebook more, and actually all my friends are on Facebook more than Instagram, you know. I like to scroll through quick though. I like the pictures and everything, but and I like that you can do the story on top really quick and see what people are up to, but yeah, I'm more of a Facebook gal, so maybe it's my age, I don't know. So anyway, all right, well, I'm going to get out of here and maybe see what I'm going to do with this guy. So thanks for joining me today. Remember, like this post, like all my posts if you can. That helps get it out there more. Share it, comment. You guys have been so great at commenting. Thank you so much. That just so helps me. And if you liked my page, make sure you go to my page. It'll say you liked it. There's 3 dots on the right. Click it. It'll drop down a bunch of choices. Hit follow. If you hit follow, I'm finding for my followers, you'll get notified more when I'm going to go live. Or it'll tell you, ooh, I just went live. So make sure you're following me. And make it a great day, you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Let's try 10:30 again. I'm liking this 10:30. It's working well. So, and remember, if you can't make it 10:30, I will post it so you can watch it later on a replay. All right, well, happy Tuesday. And we'll see you tomorrow on Valentine's Day. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.